to a new video, and today we're gonna be going through all the books of Freida McFadden that I read in 2025. Some of them are physical books, and I also read ebooks. I just wanted to do this because I'm a big fan of her books. As you can see, I have a lot of books here. So we're gonna go through each one of them and rank them and talk a little bit about them. I'm a big fan of thrillers, like crime books, mystery, psychological thrillers. I am a sucker for that genre. So yeah, let's start. I started reading Freida McFadden's books this June, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was June that I started reading the first book by her, which was The Housemaid. Like, it was so viral on TikTok and on Instagram. So I was like, oh my god, what is this book about? Like, let me grab this book and see what it's about. So I did, and it was so good. Like, I was so excited to read it. I don't know how to describe it, but you know when you get excited to read something and then it turns out good, turns out like a 5-star read. This is the case for this book. So let me just push this. When I first started this book, I was like, okay, like the first pages were like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on? But when I got to the middle, I was like, wait, I think I suspect this person. But Freida was like, no. The way I didn't see that coming at all, I was so shocked. I was like, wow. You know, I was so shocked and my jaw was literally on the floor. It was my first book by Freida McFadden and the first book in the Housemaid series, and it didn't disappoint. This one was a 5 stars read. It's so good and it deserves all the hype that it has, you know. I'm excited to go watch the movie. I am so excited to see it, and I just saw the trailer. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to watch it. So if you haven't started this series, I recommend you start with this one. I'm sure you will love it. The second book of this series was The Housemaid's Secret. After reading the first book, I was familiar with her writing style. The thing that I love about her books, besides the stories, is that her chapters are fast-paced, short chapters, and it gets you out of a reading slump. This one was also good, but not that good. There was a character here, her name was Wendy. She got me on my nerves. People who read this book will understand. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I hated that character. Besides that, it was good. I mean, it was worth the read, you know. I gave it 3.5 stars. Like, it wasn't that best compared to the first one. There's also a short novella, The Housemaid's Wedding. You can read it as book number 3 or book number 4. I read it as book number 3, and I think it's the appropriate and the correct order to read. It was cute, you know, it's so short. You can read it in a day, romantic in kind of way, you know. The fourth book of this series, which is my second favorite of the whole series, of the Housemaid series, The Housemaid is Watching. With this book, I didn't see the plot twist coming at all. Literally, I was so shocked. I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? I love this. Give me more. It was a 5 stars read. I loved it so much, and the last sentence of this book still hasn't moved on from that sentence. It was so creepy. I had goosebumps all over my body when I read that sentence. Next standalone book by Freida McFadden that I read is Never Lie. So this one, my friend recommended it to me, and she was like, you have to read this. And that was the case. I did. I bought the book, and trust me, when I tell you, you cannot suspect or guess what the plot twist is in this book. You cannot. Like, literally, you cannot. And when I saw, like, when I read the plot twist, I was like, whoa. I'm not even kidding when I say that I got goosebumps all over my body. My eyes started watering. It was because of shock. This one is a must. A 6-star reads at this point. So mysterious, scary, somehow. It was scary, yeah. So this is worth the hype. Next, I have a book that came out this year, and it's The Intruder. I've heard a lot about it, and honestly, it wasn't for me. It was overhyped. When I saw the ratings of this book, I was like, oh, people rated it 5 stars, and I was like, oh, it must be good. Let me just read it and see myself. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was like fun and entertaining. I mean, not fun, but entertaining more than it was a thriller. You know what I mean? It didn't scare me. Next, we have The Boyfriend. This is my top 5's read of Freida McFadden. This is also a book by Freida that its plot twist you will not see coming at all. It was so good. I was like at the edge of my seat waiting for her to reveal who is the responsible or who is the villain of the story. And when she did, I was like, OMG. Even though it was good and perfect, I gave it 3.75. There were some things that I didn't like in this book, so yeah. Next, we have my recent read by Freida McFadden, which is The Tenant. This is still all over social media. I don't know, like, I was so excited for this book, and when the plot twist got revealed, like when I read the plot twist, I was like, I suspected it. It was so predictable, yeah, but still, the story, it was like gripping, you know? Okay, I guess the plot twist, but it was still a good read. I gave it 3.75 stars. It's a little bit overrated. Okay, we have the next book, which is The Teacher. I heard a lot about this book. It was also predictable, a little boring at some point. Like the chapters were so short, like fast-paced. It was fun reading it, but it doesn't deserve like 5 stars. I gave it 3.5 stars. The Locked Door. This one was unpredictable, but it was kind of boring. I gave it 3 stars. Okay, last physical book is Ward D. I can say it's worth the read, like it's worth the hype, but still it was predictable. I kind of suspected a person in the story, and my guess was right, so it was kind of scary at some point. I rated it 4.5 stars. If I can change the rating, it would be 3.75. I think that's it. I don't know what I was thinking when I gave it 4.5 stars. I don't know. Sometimes I just rate books and then I change my mind all of a sudden. I don't know if I'm the only one. Okay, moving on to the ebooks. The next book is The Perfect Son. The Perfect Son was so entertaining, so fun. I enjoyed reading every chapter. Like, it wasn't boring at all. Even though the plot twist was predictable, like when it's 100% predictable, but it was like kind of entertaining and fun to read. It wasn't scary at all. I gave it 4 stars. The next book is The Ex. This was kind of a disappointment for me. I was so excited to read it, but when I was reading it, I was so confused. Like, who is that? What is happening? What would happen next? I was so confused, you guys. So it wasn't that good. And I gave it 2.75. The plot twist was unpredictable, but it was kind of stupid. I don't know how to explain it. It was like ridiculous, you know? But yeah, some people might like it. I did not. The next one is a short story, which is Death Row. It wasn't fun. It wasn't good. It wasn't a thriller. It was just nonsense. You know what I mean? It was so boring, and I just wasted like my time reading it, and I gave it 1 star. Next, we have another short story by Freida McFadden, which is The Gift. Honestly, it was short. It was a thriller, yeah, but I don't know. I felt like it was the plot twist was kind of like ridiculous at some point and boring, so I gave it 2 stars. The last book, The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie. Now, the title is it's not giving, you know? It's so long, and yeah, the story, the plot twist, it's not good. And people who like this book, we need to talk. What did you like about this book? Like, seriously, I was so bored. I was so like irritated. Somehow I was disgusted because I wasted my time reading that book. It wasn't giving. it wasn't given at all. I gave it 1 star. That was all the books I read by Freida McFadden. I love this author. I do. Like, even though I rated some of her books bad, but still, I love the way she writes. I love her stories sometimes, and I love how she lets you predict. You think you predict the plot twist, and you end up reading the most unpredictable one. And if you have any recommendations, tell me in the comments. And yeah, that was all. Thank you for watching, and follow me on TikTok. I have a book talk there. I'm so active, and also on Instagram. I have Goodreads. I rate books. I talk about books there, so follow me there. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Tell me what's your favorite book by Freida McFadden. Thank you for watching.